Here with Coach Chris Logan following a 1-1 draw with Austin Peay. Coach, there were some intense moments in this game. Can you take us through some of the highs and some of the lows of this game?
Yeah, it was pretty intense. I think it's a Sunday game where the game's a little bit slower, it becomes a little bit more physical, and I think that both teams were out to win the game, so I think it was very aggressive in a good way. I think that probably made us better. We felt the first half hour we were really dominant and probably should have got on the score sheet a couple of times, and the soccer was great. And then the last 5 minutes of the half, Austin Peay hit a bomb that hit the bar after we'd made a few changes. And I think that what we need to make sure is that our bench sustains the level a little bit more. But that's a lesson learned. And then the second half started really well, then went down kind of against the run of the play, and they had us for about 10-15 minutes. You could see it shook our confidence. And we've got to learn not to let things shake our confidence, because once we equalised, you could feel the energy again that we were coming back. And really, we thought we were going to get a winner. And I think that it was great to get Amy back on the field today. You could see that she'd been out for a little bit. So I think that working with her this week will help get her a little bit more match fit. But overall, I'd say outside of about 15 minutes of the game today, I thought we played pretty well. And especially the first half, I thought was dominant. But something you'd have to learn in soccer is when you're on top, you need to get one or two to maintain the momentum. We didn't, and a good team punished us.
Definitely. In the first half, it seemed like early on the teams were kind of feeling each other out, kind of like the early rounds of a boxing match. But then as the game went on, it seemed like teams were throwing some haymakers, metaphorically speaking. Is that your impression of the game as well?
Yeah, both teams went for it in the second half. Everyone got tired. There was more space, and the ball was just going constant. In the first half, we had a lot of really good control of the ball, of the possession, but we tell our team the soccer's awesome, it's really pretty at times, but there's got to be a little bit more bite to it at the end. But again, outside of maybe not scoring a couple of goals in the first 30 minutes, I was fairly pleased with a lot of the things we saw today, but again, we've got to be that little bit more ruthless in front of the net.
Okay, and lastly, Maddie Livingston had a couple of great saves there. Can you talk about her performance today?
Yep, she had one really good one in the second half to kind of keep us in the game, and it was awesome. And I think straight after that we went down and hit the post and then missed an open net, and that would have been 1-1, and then maybe Ali's corner kick goal is kind of the winning goal. So game of fine margins, and we need to turn these fine margins. That's 2 Sundays in a row now. We've been really close against good teams, and we need to find a way to turn these fine margins into victories. But this group's good enough to do it.
For sure. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.